Welcome back to Talk Horror to Me, the only horror movie review podcast, and knows better than to get a horoscope because we put the horror in a horoscope. With that being said, and before we bring on Carly and Brooke, because they're amazing, let's see what we're looking at tonight. Tonight we review Tarot. Tarot is a 2024 American supernatural horror film written and directed by Spenser Cohen and Anna Halberg in their feature film directorial debuts. It is based on the 1992 novel Horrorscope by Nicholas Adams. Film stars Harriet, Slater, Adain Bradley, Avantika, Wolfgang Novogratz, Humberly González, Larsen Thompson, Olwen Fouéré, and Jacob Batalon. In Tarot, friends unwittingly unleash an unspeakable evil trapped within a cursed deck of tarot cards. One by one, they come face to face with fate, racing against death to escape the future foretold in their readings. Yes! Hello!
Hello!
I missed you.
I missed you guys too.
No more vacations for me. I'm just
Fire.
at home. Well, that's but it may be a long time before it actually happens. But you know what? What's more important is this audience and the fact that we picked Tarot. And who picked Tarot?
Me.
Yeah.
And Brooke, who would you like to go first in the retelling?
I want to know what Carly thinks.
Well, I really, really liked it. I liked the pacing of it. I liked where they put humor in with it, and Paxton was fantastic. And I don't remember like names of people per se.
I have it up on my cast list.
Yeah, I should, but my screen went black.
Oh,
but it just I love tarot to begin, the cards to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And to see this spin on it and listen to how she's telling the horoscopes is very it's very rather accurate, if that makes any sense. Yes, it was fun. I loved it. I loved the end. I mean, I'm sad that people had to die, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
all right. Well, for me, I watched it, was bored. Watched it again because I'm like, listen, it's been because I watched it before we chose it. Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, throw away, whatever. It was on, it was on the show. So then like, oh, we picked this. So let me watch it again like yesterday. And I will have to say, I'm going to give myself a slap on the wrist because it was good. It was very stylized. It was not that scary.
No.
It reminded me of several other movies. Final Destination to be the first one where, oh, you're for a treat. Yeah. I mean, that's a whole series of films that we could just get deep into. But there was that, basically you become cursed by something. And then, of course, one by one, you get knocked off. So it is a cool stylized departure from slasher flicks, where people get killed different ways, but not as, they're all getting stabbed in a certain way. They're, nothing really changes. But I did like when the hermit was there, or the blind priestess, or the fool. I mean, those, they look cool and they look creepy. And I kind of like how they added in a tarot, that motif into each killing or each attempted killing.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't know what happened the first time I watched it, but I was like, oh yeah, I got into it. I did like the humor, which is pretty evident these days. In the last 30 years of horror film, there's always got to be a little kind of byline. You got the comic relief, which was Paxton. You always got it. or the person who's like the disbeliever, and everybody's like, "No, we all believe." You're like, "But what? Okay, fine, whatever." So, like, I kind of liked it, and I liked the characters. I just never had birthdays and have your horoscope read. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Bad things happen. How about you, Brooke?
Okay, I like the storyline of how the cards became cursed. That's what really drew me to it, was the storyline. And I like the backstory of I guess she was she a witch?
No, I mean, she was an astrologer.
Astrologer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like her storyline of how she became who she became and why she did what she did. So, yeah.
I found it interesting when it wasn't just, she put a curse on it. She's cursed herself.
Yeah.
That was neat. I liked that.
The only thing I didn't like, I mean, I do have problems with this movie.
Okay.
I do, because Alma, who's the disgraced mystic who is like now isolated.
Yeah.
First of all, they somehow find her address and go right up to her door to say, "Hey, you gotta help us. Our friends are dying," which is fine. That's fine. But just like the fact that now she has to unfold the entire narrative of what you just said, which is how the cards and the tarot cards came to be cursed.
Yeah.
While the story was good, it's like it was a typical formulaic, like, we don't know what to do. Now somebody's going to tell us everything we need to know about how to take care of it. The one thing I thought was very insidious of it is that Alma, as the expert, didn't fare much better than the paranormal investigators in the first Insidious movie. So there was that kind of like parallel where it's like, I'm the expert, I got to finish what I started, and oops, didn't work out so good.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I mean, oops, sorry.
Oops, fantastic, but oops. But with that, I mean, so let's go into it. Brooke, what's your pros and cons on this film?
Okay, my pros are how they brought the tarot cards to life. How the fool came. I guess it was what's the one that saw the guy in half, or the girl in half? I forgot.
Oh, the magician.
The magician. He was good. I liked him. That was my favorite character. I liked how I already told y'all I like the storyline. I didn't like. I'm trying to think of what I didn't like. I don't know. There's nothing I really didn't like about this film.
Okay.
Everything, I liked it.
You don't have to hate something. Just
I didn't really have anything I hated.
Okay. How about you, Carly?
The ensemble cast, they did really, really good. It was, their camaraderie was believable.
Mm-hmm.
And a con would be it's kind of predictable. Okay, a lot predictable. But it's still fun.
Yeah. My pro is that Emma Stone's in it. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's Harriet Slater. I could have sworn it looked like a young Emma Stone. I'm like, wait, did they just de-age her? Because it looks just like Emma Stone. Ensemble cast was fantastic. I think that Jacob Batalon from Spider-Man, Ned from Spider-Man, I don't know, he was a little too goofy. Like, we've seen other movies where, like, the stoner, or in this case, the vapor, there you go. Just a point of fact, is a little less overly comedic. Although I did love his obsession with that podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then by the time they were at the gas station, everybody was
like, "Oh my god!"
On the edge of their seat. I thought that was fantastic. It's so true to life. The con was a couple things. They did some weird things, like first of all, who has an Airbnb with a basement full of occult artifacts? I mean, that's number one. And two, they're having a fire pit outside the grounds, just so they could show the fence or the gate when they're walking back to get beer. And again, as I said, Alma, like, trying to explain where the cards came from. I did like how she had kind of this serial killer-esque, like, all the clippings everywhere around the house. That was kind of cool. And I love the actress. The actress has been on fire lately. She's been in a lot of series, like The Tourist, on Netflix. She's been in a lot of things. So she's really making a renewed name for herself in the industry as an actress, which I think is amazing. And I love the stylization of the killers, even though they're not the killers. I mean, really, they just send you to your doom. They don't actually do the work.
Right. Oh, no, the magician did the work.
Oh, yeah, he definitely saw her in it.
The first one did the work. The first one. The one with the ladder did the work.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. I mean, but she got let straight. If you had just listened to what's her name, Haley,
man,
just none of these things would happen.
The rope,
the rope, yeah.
So let me ask you all a question. So with the tarot cards, are there evil tarot cards? Like, are there negative things that people could say? Like, if you
there's negative things people can say, but it's all about interpretation.
Yeah, and those cards were looking pretty gruesome to begin with. Yeah. So they look evil just because.
Those did. Yeah. A normal, like a Rider-Waite tarot deck is not it's not all that frightening.
No. I mean, some of it's weird, like the tentacle
card.
The tower card, death sounds ominous, but it's not.
It could be like death of a relationship or death of.
It could be just an ending. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I mean, and like Carly said, I did like how Haley was reading the cards. I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, the upside down, how you place it. I've never seen it with the astrological signs also put in. Usually it's straight on tarot, but I did like how they kind of put those things with both the houses and the astrological signs and a tarot. I thought was pretty cool. But man, those cards, whoever painted those cards, totally in love with that. Great. And as a result, that I'm going to say was my favorite thing. But there's plenty of killing going on in this film.
It is.
So let's get down to the nitty gritty of like our favorite kills.
You go first.
Oh, I will. Okay, I'll go first. I'm not ready. Honestly, I think the one I liked the best was the Hermit, which is Luke. I think Lucas. Yeah, Lucas in the train yards. I thought there was something very cool, and they've done it in lots of movies where, the shadow just kind of comes into the tunnel. It doesn't like block. It just like kind of envelops it. I like the idea of the Hermit where he's just this shrouded character with a lantern. That's always a very cool image from the tarot deck. And then just like how they used him, how when Lucas is on the train and he just sails through the entire car at you. And then when he jumps off, splat, oops, poor you. So that I think my favorite, I think the favorite sequence for me was that one.
Nice.
How about you, Carly?
Well, I gotta say, it's kind of a toss-up between the High Priestess with the ladder and the Hangman. Because they were both. I mean, the first one, yeah, you knew it was coming, but I didn't think it was coming that way. And the second one, man. She was just running and this, no, don't run away, and there's the rope.
Now I have a problem with each of those kills, Carly.
Well, I'm sure you do,
because the typical attic move, always the ladder ends up coming down to like impale somebody. That's like the move. Or you fell off, broke your back, blah, blah, blah. It's always something with a fall or something like crashing into you.
Right.
And the thing I didn't like about the hanging was awesome, especially when the critters are, on the frame of the bridge. What I didn't like is if the car was off, completely shorted out and could not run, but somehow the proximity sensors around the car, which was a cool effect to show you where the demons were. I like that. I've seen it before. But the fact is, like, if your car is dead, is your sensors going off still? So I was like,
I think the thing said the engine was.
Well, if my car's short now, it ain't nothing working.
Yeah.
So anyway, for me, those were just like, come on. It's like I've seen this before, but again, I do like the fact of like using technology to show you something without showing you something. I thought that was kind of cool. How about you, Brooke? You only got so many kills left.
Yeah, I got two favorites though. So my one favorite is when the devil kept popping up out of like the shadow and stuff, and she had to keep running in different directions. That was pretty cool. And then my other one was when she was holding on to the lady or whatever, the devil, whatever. Yeah, was holding on to her, and she was like, "You gotta let her go. You gotta let her go." Like I let my mom. Sorry, it made me sad.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Because she was like, you gotta let her go, because she was still angry that her daughter got killed. So that's the part that got me.
Yeah.
My question is, did they leave enough room for a part 2 to come up? Because any movie that makes money, they're going to find a way to make another one.
Well, those cards were destroyed.
They were burnt up for sure, but it never stops anybody from saying, we'll just like magically bring these cards back together and call it good. I'm just saying. Because again, second viewing, I liked it, and it was definitely something where I'm like, I could see another one of these, or even like taking it in a different direction. Don't make it tarot, make it something else. Like Talk to Me, right? We did Talk to Me, where it was just a mummified hand and cast whatever, and they're making a sequel on that. So there's nothing to say you can't keep the curse going in some way.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And I do like curse movies.
Well, Talk to Me didn't really have a happy ending.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
Or did it?
Right.
But I love things with no happy endings. It's just
I can tell. It's all right, Chuck.
I love like a realistic, like, no happily ever after. Like that's why I love Final Destination. That's why I love Talk to Me. That's why all these movies that kind of carry a little bit of uncertainty at the end are cool. Now in this film, at the end, they all tell each other in the car, absolutely it's over. And I'm like, just because you telling each other it's over, don't mean it's over.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson, and I watched it all the way through the credits.
Okay.
So,
nothing happened because
nothing at the very end.
Good. I got to the actual car, the credits, and I'm like, all right, I think we're good. We got past
the false ending, and then
music was good too, by the way.
Yeah.
Actually, I did enjoy the music. I was kind of digging the music choices this time around. And they're not anybody I know. Brooke, you're young and hip. Maybe these are people you know. But
young and hip. I'm old now. I'm old, according to my cousins.
Not according to us.
Now listen, young lady.
You kids and your horror film music. I mean, it's not Don't Fear the Reaper from Halloween, but there was some good choices. Here's my question. I have one question for both of you, and because I'm kind of stuck on the Final Destination methodology of kills, while they were random, because I don't remember if they were in order of reading. I don't remember.
Very close to the order of reading.
Okay, so when Paxton is in the elevator fending off the fool, and we find out what happens with that, but then it didn't keep the other ones from starting their own, diabolical journeys with the magician and demon and death. So I got caught up in that, where it's like, wait, so shouldn't he be dead first before the next one happens? Because can't the astrologer only embody one character? Didn't Alma say that she was embodying the character? So how many characters did she embody at once, I guess is my question.
Oh, I don't know.
That is weird.
Because she was doing death, magician, and, well, maybe magician first when it got on property.
Right.
And rented the Airbnb again. So magician, then you had the demon, then you had death. But death and demon were happening at the same time, I think.
Yeah.
And all this time, the fool apparently was still running around trying to get into the elevator. So
death and the devil were, Now the fool just disappeared.
Yeah, but when? Because when did Todd show up?
When Todd showed up before Paxton died. So I would say it was soon.
Paxton died.
Wink, wink. I don't know. I had sometimes mechanics of horror is either like whatever, they do whatever they want to do. Like there's no way Jason Voorhees could have made it across the lake walking the way he did. Hey, some things I'll let go forever, but sometimes
wasn't Jason supposed to be a little boy when he died?
He was a little boy when he died, and then he became some sort of demonic entity.
Oh,
but with that said, sometimes I do get hung up on the mechanics of like, especially when it's a curse movie. A curse movie, they tell you things that make you think it's supposed to be a certain way, and then sometimes when they break their own rules, it gets kind of annoying. But that's just me. But you know what? Don't let me influence you because you're both super smart, and we need to know. Brooke is going to let us know who she wants to rate this film.
You go first.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't know what my problem was that first time. So, but that just proves that, like, putting effort into watching it and like actually paying attention. I did like it. I had a good time. I thought it was stylistic. I thought it was fun, like Carly said. So I'm going to just give it a solid 3.9. And I will give it 3.9 creepy Airbnbs with rooms that say "Do not enter."
It did say "Don't enter," didn't it?
It did. Yep. It sure did.
All because kids wanted their beer. Stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, they were there for a weekend. Do you see all the beer they put in a garbage bag? Holy cow! Whew.
How were they still standing?
I don't know. Apparently, kids these days. Brooke, you're a kid, right?
I mean.
All right, Carly, bring it in. What's your choices?
A solid 4 murder podcasts.
Nice. Yeah. Do we know what the name of the podcast was?
They said the name. I just don't remember it.
Okay. Because she was found, shaped like a pretzel, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just think, somebody had to actually do the podcast too. As part of the I love things like that are put into a film that are almost incidental, but somebody has to do that work too, like the voice of the podcaster. So I think that's pretty cool. Brooke, since this is your film,
I'm going to give it a 4.8.
Ooh!
4.8 evil tarot cards.
There was way more than 4.80 of them. So you're gonna give them all. Well, actually, which was your favorite design, Brooke, on the tarot cards?
I like the Fool. I don't know. I like the Fool.
Okay.
Even though it wasn't the coolest one, but still, it's still. I like the Fool.
Okay. I think I really liked the Blind Priestess, the High Priestess. Yeah. I thought design-wise on the card, that one was pretty stellar and probably the creepiest.
Because he scared me. I did. Yeah. I did jump.
Yeah, because I don't think the other cards were as scary. The Magician was kind of creepy. The Hermit was kind of creepy. But the High Priestess with like the big teeth and the upside down crosses and like the nails were cool. Just love that. I love that. So, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but Brooke, this is your film. So you get to have closing remarks on what you thought about it and why people should watch it.
People should watch this film because it's I wouldn't say it's jump scares or anything, but it has a good storyline if you're into that stuff. It has a good storyline. It has a good storyline.
Do you think that people would be satisfied with like the film and its outcome and ending?
I think they would be sad like me. I don't know. I was sad at the end. It touched me a little bit because her mom died and then her daughter died. So I'm like, they had that connection there.
You see the astrologer walking off hand in hand.
Yeah, with the daughter.
With her daughter.
Yeah. You should. My question is, what happened to the cops?
Yeah,
they make one appearance to like question them, and then we never see them the rest. Is like, why did you even bother having them being investigated or interviewed? Because it just seemed like they were here and gone. I don't even know why.
I feel like they blamed them for the murders. Like, how did they end up there then?
Well, they did say at the end, it was like, how are we going to explain this now that you have 2 more dead bodies
right.
at an Airbnb. You got somebody else hanging from some freaking bridge somewhere.
Yeah.
Those are the things in a movie where I'm like, how do you explain all that carnage? Like, if you were the survivor, it's like, yeah, in a sequel, it's like she's in the loony bin for a year because somebody thinks she's criminally insane or something. It's like,
I would never mention it. I'll be like, that stuff happened. It's in the past. Never mention it.
Well, I'd be lucky the Airbnb wasn't on either of their cards. It was on the girl sawed in half. So,
yes.
Like, I don't know. I wasn't there at the Airbnb. Don't worry about don't worry about the fires and my fingerprints. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It is. It's fine.
It is fine. And that movie was fine, but we need to know from my fine Carly Yates. That's you.
Hey,
what are we watching next?
We are watching the first of 3 movies that I picked. Unbreakable. Yes.
Yeah.
Unbreakable with Bruce Willis.
That came out in 2000.
Whoa.
Yeah, it came out
24
years ago.
Wow.
I mean, I know that was M. Night's second film, right?
Okay.
We had Sixth Sense and Unbreakable, I think, was second. So, wow, to think that M. Night has done that many films has been that long ago.
We're losing Bruce Willis.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. And that's so. Well. So it is nice to see him in his trilogy of films.
Oh, Shirley says it's a good movie, so yay!
Yeah.
Well, if Shirley says so, then we don't even need to review it. Come on, let's go home. No, I mean, I'm excited because I am a comic book nerd, and I love M. Night's kind of treatment of the genre in different ways. So that's cool. I loved it when it came out. It was very earthy, very grounded, not like superhero-y. So in that way, it was a cool entry. Now, we talked about it off air. Not really a horror film per se.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I mean, it's really more.
It's a thriller.
Yeah, thriller.
But the last two movies in the trilogy are listed as horror.
Okay.
So,
this
one is a thriller. This one is horror adjacent.
Horror akin.
Like it's thriller sci-fi.
I don't even know if it'd even be sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's kind of just. It's just like
paranormal.
Oh, I don't want to tell you, but he's kind of.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen them all. I
have not seen Unbreakable. I've seen Split, and I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, that's
so
such a good.
It's so good.
Oh, McAvoy did an amazing job.
Fantastic.
Patricia did it. I always do it at work. I'm like, Patricia did it. It wasn't me. It was Patricia. They're like, what?
This is why, Brooke, this is why you have a file folder at work this thick. It's like she keeps playing Patricia, and Patricia don't work here. A couple psych evals in your folder. You better be careful.
You'd be like, what?
But yeah, definitely a good trilogy of films. I'm excited to watch them again as well. So this one is on Max. Correct.
Yes.
So all right, Unbreakable with Bruce Willis on Max. Also Samuel Jackson.
I got the unlimited. No, it's not unlimited. What is it called?
Unedited? Director's cut? What do you have?
The best one.
Of course.
I don't.
Well, then you can tell us what's different.
Yes, Carly. Okay. Yeah, Carly. Exactly right, Carly. Brooke, you do a minute by minute, and you tell us where it's different, and that way you can be the expert. I mean, I'm just saying. I just got whatever little old Max gives me. So if you got the director's uncut, unedited, unscripted, then your world's beyond us. But that being said, what is not unscripted is my love for you. So love to you both. And we'll see you
today.
I know, me neither. See, I'm rubbing off on you. So with that, I'm going to bid you two adieu. And so, Carly, have an amazing time. I'm going to block you. There she goes. And Brooke, you're awesome. Pow. There she goes. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on this Sunday night. We love having you around, and we love being here for you. And don't forget, we are always here to scare you later.